Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we are going to learn about IELTS Writing Task 1. Our lesson is going to be based on a map question. Now, maps occasionally show up in IELTS Academic Writing Task 1, and when they do, you will see two maps. Often, one map is in the past map while the other is in the present. You'll also encounter scenarios where both maps are in the past. You might also get maps which show proposals for the future, such as a redevelopment scheme. Therefore, it is important to use the proper tenses to describe the changes. Since there are two maps, the essay structure for a map question should be pretty simple. When it comes to writing a task 1 based on a map, the first paragraph is the introduction. In the introduction, you're supposed to paraphrase the question. After that, you're supposed to write the overview paragraph. In the overview paragraph, you're supposed to describe what you consider to be the major changes over time. After that, you're supposed to write the third paragraph, that is body paragraph 1, and in that particular paragraph, you're supposed to describe the first map in detail. After that, you're supposed to write the fourth paragraph, which is body paragraph 2, to describe the second map in detail. So when it comes to writing task 1, you're supposed to write 4 paragraphs. In this particular lesson, we're going to learn how to write the first 2 paragraphs, that is the introduction paragraph and the overview paragraph. In the next video, I'm going to teach you how to write paragraph 3 and paragraph 4 based on this particular question. Now, let's begin by looking at the question together. The first thing that you should do when you receive your task 1 is to read the question. Remember, you're supposed to spend 20 minutes on task 1 because you've also got task 2 and you should spend 40 minutes on task 2 because you get a total of 60 minutes, which is 1 hour to write your task 1 and your task 2. So the first thing you have to do is read the question and make sure that you understand it. The diagrams on the right show Paradise Island in 1980 and 2020. So on the right you have 2 diagrams. The first diagram is Paradise Island in 1980. The second diagram is Paradise Island in 2020. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So you're supposed to summarize the data that is provided to you by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons. So compare the 2 diagrams where relevant. You're also instructed to write at least 150 words. Now it means that you must write a minimum of 150 words. You can write more words than 150, but you are not allowed to write less than 150. Remember, don't write too many words because writing a lot means you're spending too much time. And if you do that, then you won't have any time left for task 2. So aim for about between 150 and 170 words. That's enough. Now, once you have read the question and looked at the diagrams, The next thing that you need to do is to write the introduction paragraph. Now let's look at Paradise Island in 1980. If you look at that diagram, you notice that the island has only natural endowments. Apart from the scientific research station, you have the natural spring, you have some trees, you have the sea, you have the beach, you have the pier, you have the boat, and you have some rocks. So the island is still in its natural state. Now, when you look at the island in 2020, you notice that there are a lot of changes. First of all, you notice that there is a hotel complex, you have a swimming pool, you have an open restaurant, you have a barbecue area, you have a cafe, you have a cycle path, you have a cruise ship, you have a scenic lookout, but you still have the sea, the rocks, the natural spring, and the pier. So there are some changes, a lot of changes, but some of the original features are still there. Now, once you have looked at the two diagrams in details, then begin writing your introductory paragraph. Now, what should you write in your introduction paragraph? All you have to do is paraphrase IELTS question. What does it mean to paraphrase? It means that you write IELTS question in your own words, but remember not to change the meaning. Now, that means that you need to paraphrase the first part of the question, which is, the diagrams on the right show Paradise Island in 1980 and 2020. That is what you need to paraphrase. You need to rewrite that particular sentence, that is, the diagrams on the right show Paradise Island in 1980 and 2020. Rewrite that in your own words. Now, to do that, I have written the maps. So instead of diagrams, I have replaced that with maps. The maps illustrate. I have replaced the word show with illustrate, because illustrate and show in this context mean exactly the same. The maps illustrate significant changes. Okay, significant changes in Paradise Island over a 40-year period from 1980 to 2020. So what I have done is I have paraphrased IELTS statement by keeping some of the original words and replacing some, but also adding some extra information. But the meaning is still the same. The maps illustrate significant changes in Paradise Island over a 40-year period, that is between 1980 and 2020. So in the introductory paragraph, all you have to do is paraphrase IELTS question. I have underlined for you some of the most important words that you need to try and use when you're writing your task 1, when you're writing the introductory paragraph. And as you can see, the introductory paragraph is just one sentence. Once you have written that, then move on to the second paragraph and write the overview paragraph. Now, what should you write in the overview paragraph? In the overview paragraph, you're really just expected to describe what you consider to be the major changes over time. So you need to write about, identify the key changes, okay? Identify the key changes in general. and then write about those particular key features in regards to the key changes in your overview paragraph. How do you do that? Now you begin the overview paragraph with the word overall. Now overall means in general. And don't forget the comma after overall. So overall, which means in general, the island transformed. See, we have to use the past tense. The island transformed because we're talking about a change. So you use the past tense. The island transformed. Transformed means it changed. Transformed means changed. The next word is drastically. Now, drastically means a lot. It has changed a lot. Overall, the island transformed drastically from, so what did it change from? It changed from an underdeveloped. Underdeveloped means that it was in its natural state in 1980. It was not yet developed. They had not built anything there apart from the scientific research station. So it was undeveloped. Sanctuary. Now, a sanctuary gives the impression that it was a very peaceful island because it was in its natural state. It was a kind of sanctuary, an oasis, a very peaceful place to be. So the island transformed drastically from an underdeveloped sanctuary to a fully developed. It changed. It transformed from an undeveloped sanctuary to a fully developed area. So from undeveloped to developed over the 40-year period. As a result, now that's a linking word, as a result, comma, there were significant changes. Now, significant means drastic changes. Drastic means major changes. Significant changes, major changes. There were major changes. In regards to what? What are the key changes? So, in housing, you can see that in the first map, we only have one particular house, so to speak, that is a scientific research station. But when you look at the map in 2020, you notice there are so many buildings in Paradise Island. We have a hotel complex. So there's a change in housing. Facilities. You notice there are more facilities. There are in the first map, there are no facilities. But in the second map, you have facilities and you also have social amenities. For example, you have a restaurant, you have a swimming pool, you have a barbecue area, you have a cafe, you have a cruise ship, you even have a scenic lookout. So there have been significant changes in housing, facilities, and social amenities, as well as I'm using a linking word there, the island's capacity to provide for tourists. Now you notice that all the changes in Paradise Island in 2020 have happened to be able to provide for tourists, because you have a cruise ship. You have a cruise ship that visits the Paradise Island, and they want to make sure that there are social amenities and facilities to cater to take care of the tourists. That's why they build a swimming pool, hotel complex, a cycle path, for example, for people to cycle. There's a cafe, there's a barbecue area, and there is an open restaurant. So in that overview paragraph, I have identified the key changes. The first key change that I talked about is that the island changed from an undeveloped sanctuary to a fully developed area. The other change that was in regards to housing, and then facilities and social amenities. And finally, the island in 2020 was better built or developed to cater or to provide for tourists. So that's how you're supposed to write the introductory paragraph and the overview paragraph for this particular question based on these particular maps. Now, in the next video, I'm going to teach you how to write the rest of this particular task 1, that is paragraphs 3 and paragraph 4. So if you want to know how to write paragraph 3 and paragraph 4 of this particular map question, then make sure you watch the next video so that you have the complete essay. Now, if you found this lesson helpful, then please give this video a thumbs up, share the video with somebody else so that they can also learn from the video, and then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn your notification bell on so that you know when I upload the rest of the essay. And while you're there, don't forget to look at the links in my pinned comment and in the description box, because I also have videos on other areas of English. For example, I have videos on IELTS listening, IELTS speaking. I also have videos that are going to help you to improve your spoken English in regards to pronunciation and how to speak English in different situations. So have a look at the links in the description box, and I'm sure you will find videos that are really going to help you to score the band that you want, including videos about grammar. Now, thank you very much, everyone, and I shall see you in our next lesson, where we're going to learn how to write paragraphs 3 and paragraphs 4 of this particular writing task 1 on a map question. Now, thank you very much, everyone, and I shall see you in our next video. Bye-bye.